Hey everybody, my name is Thomas and I am Comics for Thomas. This is my second YouTube video. I made a first one a few weeks ago, posted it. It was done very quickly. I'm sending some books away to get graded, so I didn't really plan for the video, but I wanted to kind of get that first one out of the way so that I could tell you the grades that I thought they were going to come back as. So they have been shipped off and are being pressed and are being sent away. So I figured I might as well make another video. This is video number 2. This is just going to be some comics that I have picked up over the last week or two at 3 different locations. I'm just going to go through them, show you the books that I'm currently collecting or picking up. Maybe even some of them are just for resale. Obviously, I'd like to make a little bit of money from certain comics if I find a good deal to help with purchasing better comics that I want for my personal collection later on. So, to start out, I have a local comic shop called Heroes Beacon that's right in St. John, New Brunswick. I am in Canada. I go there, get my pull list, pick up some odd extra comics here and there that I like covers of. I love art, so I'm always picking up whatever I can. Right across the street from that is a place called Loyal City Coins that has a lot of back issues. So every so often I'll go in there and just kind of try to fill a couple series that I'm currently working on. And then yesterday, my girlfriend and I drove to Fredericton, New Brunswick, and I stopped at a new comic shop there that is it's their second location. Their first location is in Moncton, New Brunswick, so it's a little bit quicker to get to Fredericton, so it was kind of nice. And I did find some books there. I definitely need to go back and go through with a little bit more detail because they had a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to get right away to some comics I picked up at my local comic shop. This one is called Invisible Kingdom number 1. I have not read this. I'll get that glare out of there. The art is really, really good. I actually saw this online recently and I thought I would like to check it out. And then when I saw it there, I grabbed it. So that's book number 1. This one as well. And that's by Dark Horse, sorry. This book, I actually grabbed 2 of them from my local comic shop. I saw this cover online, really like the cover. It is High Level. It's by Vertigo. It's High Level number 1. It's a really, really nice cover there. And I also picked up a variant. And number 1, that's a really nice variant as well. Again, I haven't had a chance to read that as well, so I'm looking forward to that. This is an eBay purchase. I haven't bought too much stuff off of eBay lately. I was going crazy there in December and January, and I've kind of slowed down. But there was a 15% off sale, and I figured why not buy something that's not too expensive. I mean, this cost me like $10 with shipping after the 15% sale. And it is a series that I absolutely love. It's called Seven to Eternity. This is issue number 4. I believe this is a Greg Tokini. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Variant cover. With the 7 to Eternity, I had finally read it on Comixology. I had grabbed the first issue on there and just loved it. Ended up reading the entire series, and like if I start a series on there and I really, really enjoy it, I will start picking up the books as well, just for a personal collection. And with 7 to Eternity, there's not a lot of variants, so I'm actually going to try to get the entire first volume and then all of the variants to it, because there's literally, like, as far as I can tell, there's maybe 1, maybe 2 variants to each one, and that would just be something I'll do over time. So my pull list, I am currently I have the newest Guardians of the Galaxy on the go. The issue 3 was in my folder, but they didn't have the actual first print, so they only had a variant, so they put this variant in. I'm not sure who it's by, this variant for issue number 3. It's got a big fat cat on it, and my girlfriend obviously loved it because she loves cats. She's got 3 of them here, and I like cats as well, but I'm not a huge fan of this variant, so I ended up picking up while I was in at a different comic shop yesterday, I picked up the first print because I'd like to have the first print. So I'm currently reading X-O Manowar. I believe this might be the last issue in this volume. I'm a huge X-O Manowar and Valiant fan. I love Valiant comics. X-O Manowar is probably in my top 3 comic characters. So it's been a good series. This is issue number 25. I'm not caught up. I think I'm currently at home reading issue 21. So not too bad. I'm getting there. I'm also in my pull list. I have Thor, Jason Aaron's Thor. This is issue 11. I am currently on issue 9. My comics are all at my house. I'm at my girlfriend's right now. That's been a very good run as well. Avengers, Jason Aaron as well. I believe Jason Aaron is doing. Yes, he is. The Avengers. It's been good so far. To me, it was neat at first. Then it slowed down a couple or about half. I can't say halfway because I don't know how many are in this volume. But this is issue 17. And I'm on issue 14. It's starting to pick up a lot. Blade's in it, helping them right now, so that's kind of neat. They're talking with Dracula and Morbius and so on. And another one on my pull list is Oblivion Song. I've been collecting that since issue 1, and it's actually a pretty good series. I am caught up, actually. This would be the next read. So this is issue number 13. Oh, sorry, that Avengers was issue 17. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, so... And somebody is trying to reach me on here, and I'm going to get rid of them. Thank you. That is from my local comic shop. I realized that I said I went to Loyal City Coins as well to pick up some back issues, but I think that was the week before, so I don't have those books here, so I apologize there. From the comic shop that I went to yesterday, I did pick up, like I said, issue 3, the first print there of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I wanted to get that in there. I love this cover. It's Amazing Spider-Man number 12 variant. It's that Galactus one. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's so nice. I wish, I don't think that they made a Virgin variant of this. I wish they did. I wish there was nothing but him looking down on you. It would be just awesome. And I'm not collecting that series, but any just great covers, especially with Galactus on it, I like to pick up. This one is I try not to get caught up in speculation books, but you can't help yourself sometimes, especially when you find it for a good price. So everybody's kind of talking about Hulk issue 15. It's a first appearance of Red She-Hulk, I think. They're talking about her possibly showing up in the Immortal Hulk series. So I've noticed that this book's been talked about a lot. It's a pretty good copy. There's a little ding in the corner here. Not too bad. And for the price I got it, I should be able to maybe sell it on eBay for a better price. I'm going to wait on it because, I mean, even if I just got my money back, it wouldn't matter. So I'll wait until, if it does blow up, and then, okay, that will be the time to shun. Another series that I started on Comixology and it was so good, The Magic Order. There's only 6 issues to it, so I'm collecting all the first prints. I have issue number 1, which is being sent to get graded, and I found issue number 3. So a lot going on in this one. But if you have not read The Magic Order by, I don't know if it's Miller. I'm going to say Mark Millar and Olivier Coipel. Very good. It's so good. It's violent in the best of ways. So I also picked up, I still got the price tag on this one, but it was $5, so whatever. This is 7 to Eternity, issue 12. So like I said, I've started picking up the issues of this. I don't know if that's focusing good enough, but Jerome Apena is the artist, and I've just fallen in love with anything he's done right now. Like, it's so good, such a good series. And I don't own a lot of DC. Anytime I see a really, really nice cover, I will. And I like DC Comics. I've mentioned that in my first video. I don't read a lot of it, so, and I'm sure I will at some point, but like, I love the characters and so on. So this is Catwoman 5, Artgerm. Like, that's just, like, that's a painting to me. Yeah. Unreal. So those are my newest pickups over the last week or two. I'm not going to be doing that a lot for the next month, where I'm not picking up a lot of books besides what is in my my pull list. I'm going to a comic expo in Moncton, New Brunswick in May, so I'm just kind of putting my money aside that I would normally spend on comics, and I'm planning on making some purchases there. It's my first time going, so I'm looking forward to that. An update on my 8 comics that I sent to get graded. If you watched the first video, I went through every single one, thought what the grades were going to be. You know, getting comics graded, I own some graded comics, but I don't. It's still new to me. Like, you know, like looking at a raw book and saying, oh, this is what I think the grade's going to be, or just looking for things that I should be. And I try to watch as many videos as I can. The comic community and YouTube has been great for that. A lot of really great videos out there. So one of the books that I sent away is A Man Called Nova #1. And that is, Richard Rider's Nova is my favorite comic character. And super happy to have that comic. I got it for a good price, so I'm not worried necessarily what the grade comes back. I don't even remember what I thought it was going to be. Probably like a 4 or 5 maybe at most. But the authenticated dealer that I'm going through to get the comics graded with CGC is also the one that does the pressings. And he's been very, very good at each book as he presses them. He sends me a picture of the areas that, you know, he believes this is why I'm getting it pressed. And I told him which books, obviously, to press. And then he sends me a picture of what it looks like afterwards, and he's phenomenal. But he noticed, and I did not notice, on my Man Called Nova, there is some restoration. And it's pretty plain to see now that he sent me the pictures, and he just wanted me to give me the heads up because I never mentioned anything about it. Because I didn't see it, and I've had the comic for, I don't know, 6 or 7 months, but I got it and just kind of put it away because it was like, oh yeah, I got my Nova #1, right on the cover, right at the top. So if like this was Nova #1, like right up here, someone used a black marker because there's black right here at the top, and like when you open the first page, you can see the marker coming through the page. So that was, I couldn't help but laugh at myself for not even noticing it. Or maybe I should have opened the damn comic, which I've now watched videos and people like, you know, like make sure all the pages are there and you know, check for restoration and check the staples and so on. And that was well before I was really watching videos and even thought about getting anything graded. So he just let me know that it's going to come with a purple label for restoration. That's fine. It is a comic I'm hoping not to keep. I don't care how high my grades are for personal collection. You know, it's about, you know, keeping the book protected. But since Nova's he's my guy, I do want like the highest grade I can get for my personal collection. So that was one thing I was gonna, like, you know, try to put money towards, you know, bigger and better comics. That's one of them. So I'm not gonna keep it either way. I'll sell it, and I didn't pay a bad price, and the price to ship it and get it graded, I should be fine. It's just gonna have restoration. So at the end of my last video, my first video and last video, I gave some shout outs to the YouTube community because this is such a great community. It's been awesome so far. And I just was coming off, like, off the top of my head, as many YouTube channels as I could think of. And I said, you know, I'm going to add more each video. So I want to do some shout outs. Please watch even if you fast forward to the end of my first video to see the first list of people that I mentioned. This is now my second list. I've written some of them down so that I'm not just trying to think off the top of my head. And there's many more. Like, I mean, I just went to my subscribers and just started writing the ones down, especially the guys or girls that I watch a lot of. And I just didn't want to do them all in one video, and I'll do them, you know, next video, and so on. I know I mentioned Reggie Simmons in the first video, but he also goes by Reggie Collects, so I just wanted to correct that a little bit. in case you're looking for him, and you should, because it's a very good channel. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at the paper. Comics NYC. He just did a video with Tony Sanders, and it was What's Your Grail, which is an awesome show. And his comics are just crazy good. Who Dat, who also is now on The Hunt with Tony Sanders and Jeffrey Comic-Con, and with Economic Comics. And I don't know if JD is a part of that as well still. Thanatos Comics, I can't believe I didn't mention it the first time. Matt Thanatos Comics is someone who I started watching right away. Him and Reggie Simmons were two of the first. And any of Thanatos Comics content that comes out, I always watch. And I think that guy he's a pretty cool dude, and puts a lot of good stuff. The Boy Who Had Seven. I've only in like the last month have started going back and watching a lot of his videos, and they're pretty awesome. So Long Box Love Affair, I watch a lot of his stuff. Sam's Tangle Web, who does a lot of stuff with Comics of Bueller, and it's pretty funny. And 90 MF Comics, who is somebody who I've just recently started to show up in a lot of videos. And I'll mention Comichead 84 as well. I didn't write that down, but I was just thinking, because Comichead 84 is somebody who I've started watching a lot of as well. So besides that, yeah, there's so many. I just today was watching White Whale Comics 700 subscriber video. So you should, if you're not subscribed to any of these people, please subscribe. Also subscribe to White Whale Comics. He is going to, because he is an artist himself, he's going to do an original piece of art with whatever character you want if you win his 700 subscriber video. You just have to post on the video what character you want him to draw, and that you're interested in the contest. I put why, like I obviously put Richard Rodder Nova. He's my favorite character, and he did mention US only, but he said if you're international, then you can kind of work something out with him. So I just simply straight put I'm willing to pay for any charges to have it shipped. I mean, I would love to have a piece of original art from him. His content is just awesome. From what I've seen of his art, is very, very good as well, and anything Nova as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I want a lot of people say stay tuned for my next video. I don't know when that will be, so stay tuned.